y'all help me out here with the history stuff. It hasn't been too long ago, just a few hundred years back. I don't have to go too many hundred years back, but we can go back a few hundred years and we can find where we actually thought only in two dimensions. That's exactly right. You know, it's hard for us right now because, you know, we're here in this 3D world and we're tempted to think in the 4D. I mean, you know, if any of you have read anything about quantum physics, now you're thinking in 4D. And then some of the quantum physics have leaked up into a 5-dimensional world. Well, what if there was a 6-dimensional or even a 7-dimension? What if they were all right now simultaneously existing at the same time?
Yes.
Somebody said they are. Yeah, they are. Well, just, you know, it hasn't, you say, oh, Brother Lynn, nobody ever thought in 2 dimensions. Oh, yeah. We were all dumbed down to think in a 2-dimensional world. Do you realize it hasn't been but, I think, 300 or 400 years ago that we thought the earth was flat? 2 dimensions. Flat, up and down. It's in that dimension of thought that religion birthed the concept of heaven up yonder and hell down there. It hadn't been that long ago that we bought it. Do you realize you go back 800, 900, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, you couldn't have sold that bill of goods to anybody because they knew the earth was round. Knew it. You would never have sold it to the Egyptians. It's just the way it is. You couldn't have sold it to the Mayans.
No, sir.
No, they understood the dimensions and the higher dimensions. They understood this. They understood that we don't have to go to them. They came to us. They're here. Whether you believe it or whether you recognize it doesn't change the fact that the dimension is here. It's here. It's right here upon us. It's here within us. The Catholic Church, well, the Pope is really going through it now, isn't he? Y'all get Time magazine? He's on the front cover. The back of his head is on the front cover. And that's a good thing. There's not ever a time that we don't go through fiery trials that they don't purify, because they will burn away all the wood, hay, and the stubble. And if that's all we got, we hadn't got much. And that's good that we burn it all up. We recognize we haven't got much. Right? So, but do you know what happened to us? What happened to us, and we didn't realize it, we got locked into that 2-dimensional thinking of up and down. We did. Because most people I talk to, and even what they call kingdom people, and I'm not sure who they are or what that is all about. Really, I'm not. Gary can explain that to you. I don't know. But I found out that most of these people, they call them kingdom people, still think in 2 dimensions. They still think they're going to go to heaven, or they're going to somebody go to hell. Or if they've done away with their hell, they still haven't done away with their heaven. They still got that dimension of they're going to get to go there one day. They fail to recognize that God has brought it here and it's all around you. You don't have to go nowhere to experience it because it's here. You know, and I say these things and I say this. Cole helps me preach sometimes, y'all. Andrew, let's go back in the back. Sort of like we're just family here. The kids run around. They'll come up here sometimes and hang on my pole.
That's all right.
That's just the way.
I thought it was timing myself. You said God was here and that door flew open.
Oh, he is, yeah. Yeah, he rules the daycare. He's one of our little fellas in the daycare. Some people are still locked into this literalist thinking. And I run into it a lot. In my CD of the month, we mail it out. It goes all over the place. And I have people call, and they always are trying to convince me of the literalist interpretation. Brother Lynn, you mean you don't believe that there was literally an Adam and an Eve? I say, no, hell no. And they get all bent out of shape about that. You know, and Connie is helping me polish my pulpit stuff. No, that's Jordan. Anyway, we get stuck in all of these things, and I wanted to read a passage here in Genesis too. Don't you just love Genesis? I've been stuck in Genesis for, I couldn't tell you how many years, 10 years I guess, 12 years, maybe 15, I'm not sure. Just to keep digging there. I want to read the passage too. Now, here again, it's tough on us when we're locked into the two-dimensional literalist concept. We don't recognize it and don't even know it. See, we think that this all come about in a 6-day period of time because of the King James Bible that give us this translation that said that this all occurred in 6 days. We fail to recognize, or 7 days, we fail to recognize that that's not what the Hebrew text was telling us, nor was it trying to convey to us, because it was a coded formula that was trying to get us to show the energies of God that exist all around us, and it used the first 7 letters of the Hebrew alphabet to explain this vast energy that we call God. And so each time it would explain or talk about the energy of a certain number in the first 7 digits of the Hebrew alphabet, it would talk about the creative aspect of that number, and we call that a day. So we come to this number, Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, it says, and then on the Sabbath day. And so we've been arguing for a long time, which one is that? Is it Saturday or Sunday? And so a lot of people are convinced, surely it is Saturday, but we're going to worship on Sunday, that's the Lord's day. It don't say that.
No.
In Hebrew, don't say that. The Hebrew number 7 is the Hebrew word Zayin. Z-A-Y-N. Zayin. And I want you to get this. This is a beautiful number, and what this number says and what this number is all about, this number refers to the energy of God that brings you into a place of this phenomenal peace that passes your understanding, so that when you experience 7, you're experiencing the totality, the completeness of that peace. And that peace comes on you, and it keeps you, and it sustains you, and also at the same time, it gives you this phenomenal liberty that's called freedom. And that's the Sabbath day. And that's given to you to experience it every moment of every day, so that you can experience who you are as peace and as freedom. Boy, did we get hoodwinked and bought a lie. Total peace and the marvelous freedom of God.